God is a good God, and He wants to lead us and guide us. And sometimes we don't know exactly how to hear Him. And so I just want to share a story about how easy it is to be misled, but yet how God will lead us and guide us, and He is always true to His word. So when I was in med school, I found out that you can do medical missions in third world countries, and I wanted to do it because I felt like God wanted me to become a medical missionary someday. And so I didn't really know where to go, but during my third year of med school, what I realized is that every rotation I went to, somebody would always say, hey, what do you want to do when you graduate? And I would always say, I want to be a medical missionary. And somebody would always say, you should go to Tenwek, Kenya. And it happened rotation after rotation after rotation. And after about the 6th or 8th time, I was like, what are the statistical odds that someone always says, go to Tenwek, Kenya? Nobody tells me to go anywhere else, but somebody always says, go to Tenwek, Kenya. And so I said, this must be God. This is a sign from God. And so I told my parents, and I was like, oh, I'm going to go to Tenwek, Kenya 4th year. And they were pretty scared because I was like, oh, I'm going to charter a plane from Nairobi and fly out there. And they're like, you can't go unless somebody goes with you. And so I talked to some of my med school friends, and I had a couple of girls who were willing to go with me. And so I told them, I was like, oh, I'm going to go with my friends. And they're like, no. We met a guy. How is a girl going to protect you? And so we had this big fight because I was like, that's not fair. That's not what you said. And I did what you said. And anyways, I explained to them my reasoning, and my mom really wisely, she just said, well, you know, you think this is God talking to you, but did God actually say go to Tenwek, Kenya? And so if God actually says to you that you're supposed to go to Tenwek, Kenya, you can go. Otherwise, you can't. And so I'm like, fine. So I go upstairs and I go to my room and I close my eyes and I'm like, God, where do you want me to go? And to my total surprise, I saw this map of India. And I was like, no, God, just change it a little bit and it becomes Africa. And I was so disappointed. I went around for 3 months just moping because in my heart, I had set my heart to going to Kenya, and now I wasn't going. And you know, there's that song that says, please don't send me to Africa. I remember hearing that once at church, and my sisters look at me because they're like, yours is the opposite. It's like, please send me to Africa. And during that time of my being sad, God just gave me a promise, and He said, one day I will take you there, but not right now. And after that, I was all happy and ready to go to India, and going to India changed my life, and I'll share that at a different time. But I would say it was a long time after that, maybe 9 years later, I was back in America, and this is after I'd already quit my job and become a missionary. And my sister said that there was these 2 pastors who were thinking of setting up a medical camp in Africa, and they were just wondering if I could give them some pointers on how to do it. And she told me that they were going to Kenya. And I remember as I was walking down the stairs when they arrived, I just remember thinking, Kenya, wow, wouldn't it be so cool if they wanted me to come? And so I talked to them about how to set it up, the different stations they want to have, and the flow that they want to have and everything. And I knew there was about a month before the trip, and I just figured, you know, they're really organized, and they probably aren't going to be taking any new team members at this point in time. So I was happy to help, and that was it. And then after they left, they gave me a phone call. I got a phone call from them, and basically they're saying, would you be open to going to Kenya with us? So they had been praying for one more doctor, and here I was wanting to go to Kenya. And so I got to go to Kenya, and I had just the most amazing time. And it's one of those experiences that had I gone earlier, I would have had a great medical experience. But when I went this time, it was a life-changing experience. And I'll share more about that at a future time. But God is a good God, and He will lead us, He will guide us, and He has a plan and a purpose, and whatever it is, it's perfect.